Hey guys, happy Magic Monday in February. How are you?
Hey, happy Magic Monday, Lorna.
How are you, Christine? It's really it's a nice February day out there.
So beautiful to see the sun and feel the lack of cold.
Oh, funny you should say it that way, lack of cold.
Yes.
Okay, so what we want to talk about today is when we're focusing on lack, right? We titled this Focusing on What You Don't Have, Snap Out of It. And yes, easier said than done as usual, right? Because if we haven't lost the weight, if we don't have the money, if we don't have the job, if we don't have whatever it is that we're looking for, it can be really easy to get stuck in that place of focusing on the thing that you don't have.
And so this becomes a commitment to understanding why we don't want to focus on what we don't have, why we don't want to focus on the lack, right? Because all that does is dig your heels in more, narrows your perspective and puts you in that stress response. So at the end of the day, nothing new, certainly nothing that you truly want, that's in alignment with what you really need and want, is going to come to you very easily.
Right. And this is the phrase when people say what you focus on expands.
Yes.
So
Right.
we're focusing on what we don't have, it feels bigger and bigger in our daily existence. And it starts to be the only thing that we can look at because it seems bigger and bigger every time we go there.
Right.
So the idea is to kind of, as I like to say, get out of reality, right? Like that might be reality and people want to argue for reality. I actually want to argue for what do you want it to look like?
Yes.
And
Yes.
the way to get to what you want is by focusing on what you want, not on what you don't have right now.
Yes. So
Today,
3 tips, right?
yeah, today we want to give you 3 tips to do that. So you go.
So the first one essentially is instead of focusing on what you don't have, on what you don't want, right? We want to shift our focus, right? Where attention goes, energy flows. So we put our attention on what is working. What do you have? Drop into the power of presence and the power of gratitude, right? Because there are so many wonderful, awesome, amazing, things to be grateful for that are working. And it could start really simple, which is you're alive. You're breathing, right? You have a roof over your head. You're able to go out and see the sun today, and so on and so on and so on. And again, it's a gentle reminder that we want to focus on what is true right now, because usually the monkey mind is off spiraling off into catastrophizing and what it all means, and it hasn't happened yet, and really having trouble with that uncertainty. So you ground yourself in the present. And right there at that point, the body goes, ah, and our mind gets bigger and more things are able to come to you.
Yes. And there is always, always, always something to be thankful for.
Indeed.
Right? Because as you say, we are breathing and then it just goes from there. And there are so many things that we take for granted very easily.
Yes.
So that's tip number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Tip number 2 is shifting the focus to something that lights you up. So when we get stuck in worrying about bills or worrying about our bodies or worrying about our relationships, we want to take our attention away from that and think about something you love. Think about walking on a beach. Think about walking in the woods. Think about dancing to music that you love or a movie that makes you laugh. Anything that just brings you joy. And expand on that. When you start focusing on that, more things will be attracted to it. Well, you like this, I like this too, I like this too. And then you're just in a completely different mindset, a different headspace, which can feel so much better.
Absolutely. Okay. And so the third tip is, kind of going with that feel good, right? And feel in your body and feel an appreciation, right? And that's self-care. Right. And so many options on the menu here, right? So self-care can mean, turning on your favorite music and just jamming out, dancing it all out, right? It can be going into the kitchen and feeling inspired and just starting to cook a whole bunch of wonderful things, right? Take a shower, take a bath, call a friend, go to a movie, you name it.
All those beautiful things that we talk about in self-care.
Yes.
And now your mind is on those good things as opposed to the negative thing.
Right.
And the key with all of this is that we have to catch ourselves when we're in that space that is not serving us, when we are in that space of focusing on the lack, as opposed to the things to be grateful for, the things that we love and enjoy.
Yeah.
And that, again, is part of our mindset, and that is part of conscious living. And knowing what we're thinking, how we're reacting, and what we're getting stuck in.
Right. Where you put your attention is and where you put your intention, right? And that creates exactly what we live in terms of our reality. So yes, waking up, snapping out of it, right?
Snap out of it.
All right, then.
Hey guys, enjoy this weather, and we will see you next week on Magic Monday.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.